Have you ever wondered why some people are wealthy while others live in poverty? What makes their spending choices so different? Today, we will take you on a fascinating journey to discover what the rich and the poor buy and what really divides these two groups. Is it just a matter of money, or is there something more? We will analyze how financial choices can impact our lives. Do the wealthy really invest while the poor spend? What lessons can we learn from those who have achieved financial success? We will explore strategies that aid in wealth building and consider whether each of us can follow the same path. Join us in uncovering the secrets of the financial world, where we will learn what habits and spending decisions differentiate the rich from the poor. Are you ready to learn more? Join us, and together let's discover the secrets hidden behind the financial choices that affect our lives every day. In the world of finance, there is a fundamental difference in the approach to money between the wealthy and the rest of society. A key element that often distinguishes the rich from the poor is the way they manage their finances. It's not just a matter of how much they earn, but more importantly, how they spend their money. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, emphasizes that the wealthy focus on building wealth through investments. They invest in assets that bring passive income, such as real estate, stocks, or businesses. Kiyosaki explains that the key to financial success is owning assets that work in our favor, generating a steady flow of money. On the other hand, Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, is known for his modest lifestyle and cautious approach to spending. Buffett invests long-term, focusing on companies with strong foundations and growth potential. His philosophy assumes avoiding impulsive purchases and concentrating on wise financial management. In contrast, people with fewer financial resources often focus on consumption. They buy things that quickly lose value, such as new cars or the latest gadgets. As a result, their money does not work for their future, but is spent on current needs and temporary pleasures. Understanding this mindset is crucial for anyone who wants to improve their financial situation. Investing, not consumption, is the way to build long-term wealth and financial independence. As Thomas J. Stanley states in his book, The Millionaire Next Door, true millionaires live below their means, investing profits instead of spending them on luxuries. This approach to finance is key to understanding how the rich grow in strength, while others are stuck in the trap of continuous consumption. Now that we know the differences in mindset, we can ask ourselves, what can we change in our own approach to money to walk the path to wealth? We will now focus on how the spending choices of the rich and the poor differ, and how these decisions impact their long-term finances. Investment in assets. The wealthy often focus their expenditures on assets that increase in value over time or generate income. These investments include real estate, stocks, businesses, and even education, which can increase their potential future earnings. These choices are based on long-term thinking and planning. Consumption and short-term pleasures. In contrast, less affluent individuals often spend a larger portion of their income on consumer goods that quickly lose value, such as new cars, the latest electronic gadgets, or expensive vacations. While these expenditures may provide immediate satisfaction, they do not contribute to the building of long-term wealth. The rich get richer through saving. The wealthy understand that saving money and investing it thoughtfully is the key to financial stability and wealth growth. Saving is not seen as depriving oneself, but as a strategy to achieve greater financial goals. Understanding the value of money. The wealthy tend to have a better understanding of the value of money and the financial consequences of their decisions. This leads to more conscious spending choices with far-reaching plans for the future. This segment of the film will emphasize that the differences in spending between the rich and the poor are not only due to the amount of money they have, but also to their different approaches to managing finances. We will show that through thoughtful investing and avoiding unnecessary consumption, everyone can walk the path to greater financial stability. We will now focus on the fundamental differences in the approach to finances between the wealthy and the poor. We will analyze what the rich know and apply, which is often overlooked or misunderstood by the less affluent part of society. The importance of saving and investing. The wealthy understand that true financial power comes not just from earning money, but from saving and investing it. Most wealthy people have a well-developed saving strategy and invest their resources in assets that generate further income, such as real estate, stocks, or businesses. Understanding passive income. Another key difference is the awareness and utilization of passive income. The wealthy strive to create income sources that do not require their continuous activity, allowing them to generate money even while sleeping. Long-term financial planning. The wealthy often think prospectively, planning their finances years ahead. They have specific financial goals and plans to achieve them, which is different from the short-term thinking focused on current expenditures, often characterizing the less affluent. The importance of financial education. Knowledge is power, and the wealthy often invest in their financial education. They read books, attend courses, and use expert advice to enhance their knowledge and skills in financial management. Avoiding consumer debts. The wealthy tend to avoid debts that do not bring value, such as loans for unnecessary luxuries. Instead, they use debt as a tool to build wealth, for example, through mortgage loans for real estate investments. Conscious consumer decisions. The wealthy often make more conscious purchasing decisions, understanding the difference between needs and desires. They focus on purchases that bring long-term value, not just immediate satisfaction. Analyzing these key aspects will help viewers understand how their approach to finances can impact their overall economic situation and how they can start applying these strategies in their lives to increase their wealth and financial security. Here are some key lessons drawn from financial experts' books that help understand how the wealthy manage their money. Understanding the value of assets and liabilities. Robert Kiyosaki, in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between assets that bring in money and liabilities that take it away. The wealthy focus on accumulating assets. Long-term investing. Warren Buffett, known from the book The Snowball, Warren Buffett and the Business of Life by Alice Schroeder, is an example of an investor who focuses on long-term value growth and solid business foundations. Avoiding short-term speculations. Living below their means. Thomas J. Stanley in The Millionaire Next Door reveals that many wealthy individuals live modestly, avoiding extravagance, which allows them to invest their savings in further wealth growth. Smart debt management. In Money, Master the Game, Tony Robbins discusses how the wealthy use debt as a tool to enhance their investments and build wealth, not as a means to fund current consumption. Investment diversification. Ray Dalio, in Principles, advises diversifying investments to minimize risk and protect assets against unforeseen market changes. Automating savings and investments. David Bach, author of The Automatic Millionaire, emphasizes the importance of automating the process of saving and investing, which allows for consistent wealth building without daily oversight. These lessons show that managing finances for the wealthy is not just about accumulating wealth, but also about wise management, investing, and making informed financial decisions. Vision and strategic planning play a crucial role in building and maintaining wealth. We will discuss why these aspects are so important for financial success and how the wealthy apply them. The importance of vision. The first step to financial success is having a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Wealthy individuals often have precisely defined financial goals they aim to realize. This vision serves as a guidepost, directing their decisions and actions. Long-term financial planning. Financially successful people understand that wealth is not a product of chance, but a result of thoughtful planning. They create long-term plans that encompass investments, savings, risk management, and retirement planning. Adaptability and flexibility. Planning does not mean rigidity. The wealthy are also adaptive and can modify their strategies in response to changing market circumstances, personal goals, or unforeseen events. Strategic investments. Instead of focusing on quick profit, the wealthy focus on strategic investments that provide stable returns over a longer period. They invest in a variety of assets, from real estate to investment funds, to diversify risk. Building and protecting wealth. Vision and planning are not just about building wealth, but also protecting it. Wealthy individuals invest in insurance, succession planning, and other asset protection strategies to secure their legacy for future generations. Education and continuous learning. Vision and planning require continuous learning and adaptation. Wealthy people often invest in their financial education, learning from experts and keeping up with current market trends. In conclusion, vision and long-term planning are key elements that differentiate those who achieve financial success from those who struggle with financial issues. Through strategic thinking and planning, anyone can start to build a stable financial future. Breaking financial barriers. Tips for aspiring to wealth. In the section Breaking Financial Barriers, Tips for Aspiring to Wealth of our film, we will focus on practical advice and strategies that can help those aspiring to improve their financial situation to overcome barriers and achieve wealth. Mindset change. The first step to breaking financial barriers is a change in mindset. Instead of focusing on limitations, it is important to adopt a growth mindset, believing that financial improvement is possible. Setting financial goals. Clearly defined financial goals are key. It's necessary to set realistic and measurable goals, such as saving a certain amount, paying off debts, or achieving a certain level of passive income. Building financial knowledge. Education is crucial in managing finances. Time should be invested in learning about investments, saving, debt management, and financial planning. Developing income sources. Diversifying income sources can significantly contribute to financial stability. Consider options such as investments, side jobs, or developing your own business. Debt management. Understanding how to manage and minimize debts is crucial. Focus should be on paying off high-interest debts and avoiding borrowing for things that quickly lose value. Saving and investing. Regular saving and wise investing can help in wealth accumulation. Even small amounts saved and invested consistently can bring significant returns over time. Support network. Surrounding yourself with people who have similar financial goals or who have already achieved financial success can be inspiring and motivating. It's worthwhile to seek advice from mentors and join support groups. Preparing for unforeseen events. Proper planning for unforeseen life events, such as job loss or sudden expenses, is key to maintaining financial stability. Patience and perseverance. Breaking financial barriers is a process that takes time, patience, and perseverance. Success rarely comes quickly, So it's important to stay motivated and consistent in pursuing goals. By applying these strategies, those aspiring to wealth can start building solid foundations for their financial future, gradually overcoming the barriers that may stand in the way of achieving their goals. In summarizing, we see that key differences in financial mindset and spending behaviors significantly impact how people build their wealth. We analyzed how the rich focus on investing in assets that bring long-term value and generate passive income, while the less affluent often focus on consumption and temporary pleasures, which do not contribute to increasing their wealth. We realized that financial education, long-term planning, and wise debt management are crucial for achieving financial stability. Wealthy people often live below their means, investing their savings thoughtfully and avoiding unnecessary debts. An important lesson we can take from this film is that each of us, regardless of our current financial situation, can take steps toward improving our financial well-being. The key to success is a change in mindset, focusing on long-term planning and continuous education in finance. This film provides insight into how financially successful people think and act, offering viewers the knowledge and tools necessary to start their own journey towards a better financial future. We invite you to continue exploring the world of finance and to implement these principles in your life so that each of us can achieve our financial goals.